Good morning, Denise Dryden here doing my Sunday morning video, and what I want to talk about today is the concept of maybe leaving narcissistic energies. And what does it really take to, gather that gumption to leave something that is no longer serving you? So I have a lot of experience on a one-on-one with narcissists, whether it's spouse, parent, boss. This seems to be the area that I am particularly skilled at, as well as working in environments where from top down the management and leadership held a lot of that narcissistic energy. So what I want to do is walk you through what a narcissist what narcissistic energy is, and then what we can do about it, right? So narcissism is a mental disorder. It's in the DSM. It's when there's an inflated sense of self, right? An inflated sense of self. There's this need for excessive attention and control. It's insatiable. There's a lack of empathy. And I'm going to say that it's also a service to self, which is they're in their own world and everything is about them. So what does it mean when we're looking at that, that whether it's a diagnosis or a trait, right? What happens when that shows up energetically in our world? So, someone who has, or some group that has an energetic signature of narcissism is focused on their own internal needs, right? Everything is like from the center of their field in. So everything's going in. It's where there might be triggered by the wound or the sense of self, but the focus is in. The second thing is that they don't take that energetic focus and put it out there unless they want something, unless they need something. They need power, they need control, they need interaction, they need attention, they need sex, they need something. That's when they actually become predatory and come out and start to work with what I need something, I need to get something. Second thing is that this energy isn't settled. It's very easily agitated. It's sort of like, oh, the tank's going low. Got to go get some more. Got to go get some more. And so there's no rest within the narcissistic energy. It's kind of like harvesting, kind of like bringing in energy all the time because it's not sure that it ever has enough. It's insatiable, right? So whether there's something that they desire, something that they need to control, if they feel anything slipping, it sort of stimulates a reactivity of go out and get some more. The other thing is that energy harvests off of other people. It harvests off of fear, off of empathy, off of emotion. So it's natural in any situation to stir things up, get into an argument, get into a power struggle, and the narcissistic energy feels satiated, right? So take this, into maybe one of your one-on-one relationships, or think about it as far as what is it like to be with someone or something that is an organization, a system, right? The fifth thing is that energetic signature is wickedly observant. It's moving all the time, collecting data, like looking for niches, looking for loopholes, looking for strategies. Number 6, it must absolutely be in control. You'll find that within top-down management systems or a narcissistic personality that they absolutely have to be in control of everything. Because that number 7, that agitation is there, it's going to it perceives something that comes towards it as you attacked me first, so I'm going to attack back. So they hurt back, or they hurt, and they always think that they're hurting back, not hurting. And the other thing is that in order to survive this top-down system, it presents confidence. I know what I'm doing. We know what we're doing. We are the best there is. And so what we see this is in hospital administration. We see this in political organizations. We see this in PTA groups. We see this in churches. We see this in marriages. Okay? So this energy, this narcissistic energy signature is prevalent in our culture. And so, whether it is the individual, which it could be, a parent that you were raised with, a husband or a wife, a spouse, a boss, a minister, pastor, rabbi, whatever system of religion you work with, a politician, a CEO, anybody, right, within that one-on-one. And then when it's in the group mentality, it's, as I said, it could be in sports teams. It could be in PTA. It could be in a political party. It could be your managers at work. It could be the top-down system. It could be the community you live in, whether it's gated. It could be the social media community. It could be a lot of different places, even, think of sororities, fraternities, professors, students, where there's a system that I have information, I manage it, I'm in control, or we are in control and you are not. So what happens is that there's hypervigilance, because when you're in narcissistic energy, you're hypervigilant. You're looking at yourself, you're looking at the relationship, you're trying to hold it together. And there's these problem-solving situations from the narcissistic energy, is that they're really good problem solvers, because when they don't get what they want, they create reactions, they create manipulations that bring this about, right? So they dominate. That's the most important thing, is that energetically they have to dominate. So there may be a time when you find yourself in this, whether it's a marriage, a job, a membership, a political group, even a medical system of treatment that you're under, right? Where your sovereignty, your independence, your decision rocks the boat. And when it does, you get to watch this narcissistic energy reaction take place. And we're talking about this now because I think that that's part of what this, breaking down the systems of the old paradigm is all about. So we're going to see this a lot more often. Yes, we've been seeing this individually within our family systems or within our marriages and our partnerships, but I'm going to broaden it out now and say, look for it in your companies, look for it in your associations, look for it in your leadership, and find out where is it really showing up. Because there's a certain pattern that happens when narcissistic energy is challenged, okay? Prepare for the kind of reaction that's going to happen when you kind of stand on your own and go, no, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I don't feel comfortable with this anymore, or I'm changing my mind. We're going to see attack mode. We're going to see gaslighting, where there's going to be lots of attempts to question, did you really think that through? Did you do your research? What do you know about this, right? And they're going to run through a set of energetic attack modes designed to get the control back, or to get you to doubt yourself so that you'll get back in line. Sound familiar? Are we seeing this right now in our political arena? Are we seeing this in our medical arena? Are we seeing this in schools where we know what you and your children need more than you do? So this is what we want to expect. So when you leave a narcissistic, energetic environment or a person, I have 5 things that I want you to really pay attention to, and then we're going to go through some tips of what you can do about that, right? So the first thing is that you can expect that there's going to be an attack on your ability to decide, on your ability to have any kind of rational intelligence, whether you're crazy or not. How do you hold your decision? It's designed to create doubt, to invalidate your criteria, and again, to gaslight, to fault find on the things, the methods that you use so that it will collapse. This is subtle. Energetically, it's like that snake. It's very subtle. It's sort of like, I'm not sure that you really thought this through. It's manipulative, it's creepy. It's really creepy, because you can tell that they don't really align with it, but they're going to instill some doubt in you. The second thing, and this just literally, it's like the stages of grief. You can watch a narcissistic system go through this. Number 2 is to go into anger, which is, I don't even know what to do with you. Blame, shame, point the finger. After all I've done for you, after everything we've done to build your career, after everything I've done to support you in this marriage, where it's centered on the self to create fear of repercussions. And so this is when the tension goes up. And the accelerated anger, starts to instill some fear, like, oh no, if I cross them, this could be really bad, right? The third thing that happens is that there's an immediate attempt to control. An immediate attempt to control the money, the payout, the division of things, the children, any references you might have if you're looking for one on the way out the door on your job. Anything that matters to you is going to come under instant control. So this is where the narcissistic system exerts physical 3D control, mental control, financial control, which is you think you have some freedom. Let me show you how little freedom you actually have. Okay. Number 4. Is the victim. This is when the person resorts to artificial or maybe even real, to the degree that they can, emotions. They will cry, they will beg, they will plead, they will make promises. They will bargain with you. They will promote you if you're leaving your job. They'll promise you a better office. They'll promise you a better assistant. If you're in a marriage, they'll promise that they'll change. They'll promise that they'll support you. They'll do more chores. Whatever it is that you have said you're done with, they will promise to take it on. Now, this is a desperation. This happens in desperation because what happens is that there's no real follow through. There's just this like, I need you to stay, so I'm going to say whatever it is that will help you believe me. Make it so that you believe me, please. And there's no real thought through it. They're just throwing things out. Or they've actually said, if I promise her this, she will stay. It's aimed at gaining an empathic response. So this victim, and again, conscious, subconscious, it's like, I'm going to cry, I'm going to beg, and I'm going to promise, right? And it's empty, because what you'll notice is that when you do give in, nothing changes, and then we have to start the process all over again. The 5th thing is that there's disdain. At the end of it all, there's this disdain, which is refusal to acknowledge that you exist, refusal to acknowledge any of your contributions, whether you were a good, like in my case, a good wife, a good partner, or in my case, a good admissions director, or whatever, right? They erase your contributions. They don't give you credit. They take credit that you built, whatever you did, they take it as their own, and they wall you out. So what this is, energetically, this is a refusal to comply. It's where abandonment and rejection comes in. I reject you, I abandon you, and I will act at all times passively aggressive to anything you do. I refuse to answer emails. If I ask, hey, by the way, this last check never came through, I will stall it, or the system will stall it, just to let you know that you don't matter anymore. And these 5 are interchangeable. So, you're going ping, 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 up and down throughout this system constantly. So go back and transcribe these and know that these 5 things, which one of the narcissistic energy challenge am I actually in, right? So that I know. So I have 7 tips for you. And this might go a little bit longer than I usually do, but I do think that this is some of the most important material I've presented in a few years. So let's stick with this. Tips. Number 1, know and expect that the energy is going to come at you. Prepare. Make this list and go, where am I right now? Oh yeah, they're in the bargaining, begging stage. Oh, they're in the anger stage. So that you know, so that you're prepared. So you actually prepare for when I say I'm leaving, this is what's going to happen. Number 2, get a support system behind you, whether it's a therapist, a coach, people who get narcissism, people who are very familiar with the narcissistic energy, reactivity, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you're empathic. You need a support system around you, because you want to be with people who have mastered this and can validate your experience and say, this is exactly what we were talking about, and this is how you can empower yourself to do something different, right? Number 3, hold your ground, hold your energy stable. This might be meditating. This might be breathing. I brought in here a stone that I got from Christology, which is fabulous, and I'm going to look for it right here. It is the red jasper, and it does the base and sacral. It does courage, discipline, determination, endurance, stamina, and steady growth. So you get a stone like this and you hold on to it. You sleep with it. You know that I'm going up against the beast, and everything that is going to happen is going to start, I need my stability for this. So you keep your energy system, you keep your field balanced and strong. Number 4 is that you enlist and hire people in position of authority. Get yourself a rock solid attorney to advocate for you, or a labor dispute representative. Anything you can do when there's interactions between you and the other service to self, that person, that system, that whatever that is that you need advocating for, you get someone who has a lot of experience in it, because you need them to neutralize this energy or to be a buffer so that it doesn't come directly at you. Number 5, know that this will continue for months, years, especially if there are children or property involved or something that they can control. Because when one stands up against this kind of energy and literally abandons the energy system of narcissism, the narcissistic energy doesn't know what to do when it loses power. So it tries to regain it through harvesting, through engaging, and through manipulation. You know, it's not uncommon when divorcing narcissists that the battle can go on 8 to 10 years when there's children involved. So just know that this is not something that's ever going to happen, like close my eyes and it was done. If you're leaving a political system, know that you're going to get calls. If you're from friends, from people, if you're leaving a school system, you know, just know that it's not going to go away very easy, right? Number 6, trust yourself, trust your world, and trust that this world is going to get smaller. It is going to get smaller because the narcissistic energy system will gather all of those that are in like mind, and they will go against you. So that's sort of like a sorting system. Those people who never really had your back are gone. Those people who want what you used to have and they're glad you're gone, they're over there. And so your friendships and your support systems are going to get really small. But the ones that stay, the ones that are around you, are the purest energy forms that there are to support you, right? And number 7, rebuild your energy system. Oh my God, your field. Get strong, you know, nurture yourself, feed yourself, make sure that your nervous system is in good, because by the time you've gone through this and you've been rallied on so many times, even if it's just leaving a job that you didn't even want, your nervous system is shot. So we want to rebuild that. I've got a magpie sitting right above me, just talking the whole time that this is going on. So I happen to know a lot about narcissism. And if that's something that you want some assistance with, some coaching with, give me a call. Let's talk. You can find me on DeniseDrydenCoaching.com, and I hope you have a great week, and pay attention out there to where these systems are rocking and rolling right now, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.